Hall Pirates against nationally fourth-ranked Connecticut Huskies. Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside the XL Center. I'm John Rook. Great to be working again with former Holy Cross standout Ron Perry. This matchup boils down to strength versus strength. For UConn, toughness inside in that front court. But for Seton Hall to have a chance to hang around today, they need great play from their backcourt.
No doubt about it. And for Connecticut, it begins and ends in the middle with Hasheem Thabeet. And this is a very strong Connecticut rebounding team, second in the conference. They do a great job off the boards. And for Seton Hall, they love to try to turn you over. Bobby Gonzalez's pressure defense there, first in steals. We'll see who wins out, but Connecticut will anchor things in the paint today.
So much of that strength inside for UConn focuses around Hasheem Thabeet, who you'll see in a couple of moments. But there's a double-double machine who leads this team in scoring and rebounding. And Jeff Adrian, he seems like he's been here forever.
He really does. The senior forward is just dynamite inside. He's leading the team in scoring right now, just under 10 boards a game. But with Thabeet, a very strong front line, he can fill it up inside, really works off the offensive glass, and loves to fill it up in the paint. He's a strong rebounder and a leader inside. Robert Mitchell will have to come up big. He could be the X factor for Seton Hall. Second leading scorer on the team, leads them in rebounding, a good shooter, and he'll have to contend with Jeff Adrian and company inside for Connecticut.
Sticks Mitchell will have to have a big game. So will Jeremy Hazel for Seton Hall. There's Hasheem Thabeet, though. Will he have a big game for UConn? Starting lineups coming up next.
You're in the market, but what do you want your numbers to add up to? Maybe a time-tested way to help reach your financial goals. At Oppenheimer Funds, we follow proven principles, like investing for the long term, so you can ride out the market's ups and downs, and perhaps end up with the second career you've always wanted.
Call your advisor for a prospectus with complete fund information. Read it carefully and carefully consider fund investment objectives, risk, charges, and expenses before investing.
Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest.
Welcome back inside the XL Center. Seton Hall in Connecticut getting set to get started here in this Big East Conference game. The Huskies are ready. Let's take a look at our Interstate Batteries starting lineups, brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Hazel, Gauze, Harvey, Mitchell, and Garcia inside, who will be huge, literally, for Seton Hall today to try to slow down Thabeet.
Got to do a good job on the boards, and Hazel is a guy, number 2 in the conference in scoring, that could light it up today.
Dyson and Price on the outside. Adrian, you saw in our Star Watch, along with Stanley Robinson, who's moved back into the starting lineup with Hasheem Thabeet, who is averaging a double-double for Connecticut.
That's a big front line with Robinson, Adrian, and Thabeet, and Jerome Dyson, always tough from the outside.
Bobby Gonzalez in his third year as Seton Hall's head coach. But the Pirates off to an 0-4 start in conference play. They have had a tough road to hoe early in Big East play.
They really have. 3 of the first 5 teams on the road, all ranked opponents. They're going to look to pressure UConn today, but how about Jim Calhoun? All he's done is won throughout his career. 541 W's in his 23rd year at UConn. 9 more, he gets to 800, John. He's had an amazing coaching career.
Huskies 4-1 in conference play, 15-1 overall. They have lost just the 1 game this year, and it was here at the XL Center. Seton Hall will hope for that magic to happen again today. There's Stanley Robinson, who's averaged 6 points and 5 rebounds per game since moving back into the starting lineup for Connecticut. Hasheem Thabeet, all he's done is 13 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 4 blocks per game.
The blocks are key. He just discourages people from coming into the lane, and is Jeremy Hazel for Seton Hall. He can light it up. He's dynamized in double figures every game this year for the Hall. Needs to play very well today.
UConn in the home light gray, Seton Hall on the road blue, and we're underway here in Hartford on a snowy day here in the Northeast.
Seton Hall opens up man-to-man. Both clubs will do that. We'll see pressure as well from both teams.
Dyson sliding and slicing to the basket for 2.
Wow, that was too easy. Seton Hall's got to defend better than that today on the penetration. Both teams score in the high 70. I expect an up-tempo game here today.
With the basketball, Harvey off the top, now sliding to the left is Paul Gauze. Here's Hazel. You want to watch when number 21 is on the floor for Seton Hall at all times today. And this is Sticks Mitchell, transferred from Duquesne, who elevates and gets 2.
Beautiful up fake by Mitchell. Needs to play big as he did right there for the Hall. Connecticut was in the man that time.
Dyson for 3 from outside, and it's a bonus when he can hit from down deep.
I thought we might have a quick pace. I don't believe we're going to challenge that 35-second shot clock here this afternoon.
Eugene Harvey. Driving. Hazel left it short. Robinson rebounds.
Stanley Robinson, he started the last 4 for UConn, getting his legs back, missed the first 8 ball games off and out with some personal issues going on. He's back, and he makes UConn that much better.
There's Gauze with a steal. He leads the Big East in steals, but A.J. Price picks it right back up. And they leave Dyson alone. And Gauze outfights Robinson for the basketball.
Well, the guards for Seton Hall are going to have to help out on the boards. Much bigger UConn front line, and as we said off the top, Connecticut, the much stronger rebounding team.
Hazel on the drive, caught a little crease on the right side of that lane for 2.
Again, where's the UConn help that time on the penetration? Nice move.
Dyson working hard in the backcourt, and Harvey is going to get called for the bump. Eugene Harvey, 6-foot junior from Brooklyn. His first foul, first on the team here. Not quite 2 minutes into the ball game here.
Connecticut very fortunate that time as Gavin Edwards checks in. Bobby Gonzalez's team loves to pressure. They had a great trap on that time. They just didn't rotate to make the steal.
The beat goes out early on. Nobody's talking to him over there on the bench just yet. Price, free throw line jumper. The ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Seton Hall's ball. And again, good example there of what you just said, Ron. The guards for Seton Hall must attack the glass here, keep it even.
One of the best things Jim Calhoun's teams always do, aside from defending and rebounding and playing very well, is they're very good offensive rebounders. They must be boxed out. I think Jim Calhoun with a quick message timeout to beat early. Wasn't happy with his action under the basket.
Gauze off the top of the key. Adrian playing in front of him. And that's partially blocked. Edwards saves the ball. Dyson, he's at his best when he's in the open court. And he almost led Robinson a little bit too much. Missed on the bank shot. Mitchell rebounds.
Well, Robinson did a great job just to catch that one.
Harvey might have gotten away with a walk. Hazel missed the bank. Gets his own rebound and a foul.
What action early. This is up and down. Both teams averaging in the upper 70s throughout the course of the year. Like to push the ball. For Seton Hall, they're going to have to make some of those outside shots. I don't think they're going to win the board battle today. That should be UConn's.
Evan Edwards picked up the foul. Catch and shoot off the inbound. Falling away for 3. Hazel.
Unbelievable shot. Hazel will make some acrobatic shots. He will also take some acrobatic shots here this afternoon.
Seton Hall's hit 3 of their first 6 from the floor. Ball gets away out of bounds. Boy, you've got to watch this guy coming off screens, huh?
Well, he's a long player. He's 6'5", long arms, up and over Stanley Robinson that time. Got to have a hand up on him as soon as he catches it. No hesitation. He's going up with it. That was a very difficult jumper.
You see Hazel's numbers there. He's second in the Big East in scoring at better than 22 per game. Adrian pivoting in the post, missed the bunny. Mitchell rebounds. Seton Hall pushes. Hazel blocked by Robinson. Here come the Huskies. Price for 3. Garcia with a rebound. Connecticut has missed their last 5 shots, and then there's a steal. Flush by Adrian.
Too much dribbling. Garcia had a great traffic rebound. Everyone ran away from. The outlet man's got to be there. He's got to kill his dribble. Great reaction by Connecticut.
Tied up at 7. Harvey into the forecourt against A.J. Price.
But they tell the guard, show yourself to the big man when he rebounds the ball. But big man, don't over-dribble. It can hurt you.
Hazel. And a tip there by Garcia. Huge today for Seton Hall would be the play of John Garcia, who's got a big, heavy brace on the left leg, has been injured much of the last year and a half. Robinson on the putback.
Up and down. You got to box out. And there's Connecticut again on those offensive boards. They're all over them.
And a whistle and a foul again as Seton Hall looks for dribble penetration down the right side of the lane. Timeout on the floor with 15:31 to play in the opening half. Right now, the Pirates staying right even with the Huskies here in Hartford. 9-9 our score here at the XL Center in Hartford, and Seton Hall hanging with the Huskies, getting dribble penetration and rebounding early.
They really are. They're getting to the rim early in this game, and this is Jeremy Hazel. Now, you got the beat getting a hand in his face. He does that so well, but as a result, he has to come off his man Garcia. Garcia's there for the tip-in, penetrate, good things happen. You've got some good action inside. Adrian with a couple of blocks so far in this game, and Thabit will certainly be there before it's over.
Hazel hits the side of the backboard, and here come the Huskies. Price pulls up, hits the jumper.
Nice fast break. That was a clinic that time. The point guard, Price, got it, read it, and nailed that jump shot. That was well done.
UConn leads by 2 here in the first half. Harvey finds Mitchell. Back to Harvey, who says, let me shoot it.
Tell you what, Seton Hall's guards are playing very well. Harvey coming off that 21-point game against Notre Dame where the Hall shot 50% and lost that one.
Well, it's a real bonus. If Seton Hall gets points out of Harvey, he only shoots 16% out there. And a great dribble penetration drive and pull up 2 in a row for A.J. Price.
Bobby Gonzalez showing a little 2-3 zone that time. They've been playing man-to-man. They've been putting some pressure on in Connecticut. All man-to-man so far in this one.
The beat back in there, flashes out on Harvey. They leave Mitchell alone. Missed the fadeaway, and the beat saves it.
But that was a little deep for Mitchell. He's tough when he gets it from 15.
Austrie. Adrian blocked from behind by Davis. Mike Davis, 6'11", soft from Brooklyn, picks up the foul.
Now Connecticut, we said it at the beginning, the stronger rebounding team, and off the offensive glass, there they are again. And that's where they can wear Seton Hall down in this ball game. Jimmy Calhoun looking on. He wants good pressure on defense. His teams are always there, and they're always right there in terms of shot blocking, but offensive rebounding, a trademark for the Huskies.
Adrian, 66% for the line of the season, misses that first one. As A.J. Price comes out, and the rookie, the freshman Kemba Walker, checks in for his first appearance.
Now he's been dynamite. Kemba Walker coming off 21 in the St. John's ball game. Jeff Adrian can't get either one to go. He had 17 and 11 boards against St. John's. He's got a chance to be one of the elite at UConn to finish his career with over 1,000 points. He's already there, and 1,000 rebounds.
Here's Hazel. Tries to split the 2 defenders and couldn't do it. Austrie feeds up the floor to Dyson. And Dyson is cut off by Mitchell and might have turned an ankle as Mitchell picks up the blocking foul.
Either the ankle or they might have even met knees on that one. Dyson really aggressive, goes hard to the basket. It looked like they just banged knees as he went hard to the goal.
Well, he comes out and A.J. Price comes right back into the game. Let's see if we can pick up where he might have. Oh, he stepped on the foot of Mitchell and turned the ankle.
Yeah, the knees were coming together. He definitely did. Good call. Rolled the left ankle on the foot.
Price, catch and shoot. It's a 2-pointer. A.J. Price is off to a hot start from outside.
You feel Price coming on. He's in double figures in 7 of the UConn games this year, but really seems to be playing better and better.
Harvey goes right to the rim and couldn't finish. And here comes Price. And he does finish.
Wow, A.J. Price, point guard for UConn, really looks sharp in this first half. Running the floor well. Great outlet pass that time by Connecticut.
Largest lead for Connecticut by 5. Huskies 9-0 on fast break points here in the early going. That's the edge in the ball game over the Pirates. Mitchell for 3. Bang.
That's where Mitchell's a tough matchup. Usually plays against the team's number 4. That's Adrian, and you've got to go out to get him. He's got the touch.
Sticks Mitchell has 5. Seton Hall's hit 3 out of 6 from outside the arc. Pull back with him 2.
That helps when you're playing against the bigger front line. Make your jump shots. You got to box out.
Adrian turns around with a 15-footer. He's got 4 in the early going. We said off the top, though, Ron, Seton Hall had to hit from outside and get great consistent play if there is such a thing, from their backcourt to hang in there.
Yeah, I think that's right. They've got to get good penetration. They're also going to have to turn UConn over today. They like to put pressure on, and then they're going to have to convert if they can get some of those turnovers going.
Here's Paul Gauze with the basketball. Mitchell. Got caught in midair. Hazel saves it. 6 on the shot clock. Think he got away with the travel? No, he did not. Says referee Mike Stevens. And a turnover for the Pirates. That's their 3rd turnover of the game. And just yet, Connecticut, no turnovers in the opening 7:44 of this contest.
Now they've taken good care of the ball. They've seen some pressure. A lot of contact that time. Bobby Gonzalez hit the walk, but maybe he was helped a little bit with some of the body contact. Good defense by the Huskies that time.
Price. Austri. 3-guard offense in there right now for UConn. Here's Kemba Walker.
It's like a 3-2 by Seton Hall. They get to the perimeter that time.
25-footer a little long, but we got a whistle underneath the basket and a hold on Connecticut. Jeff Adrian will get called for the push in the back. It's his first, team's 3rd. And we have a timeout on the floor, officials timeout, with 11:56 to play in the opening half here from Hartford and UConn and Seton Hall, and a tight one thus far. Huskies by 4. Connecticut by 4. Seton Hall has 15 here hanging in, but A.J. Price is off to the hot start for the Huskies today.
His floor game has been terrific so far. The point guard got it to the foul line right there in the fast break, nailed the jumper, did it again, reading the defense beautifully, working hard out. There's a very good backcourt matchup here today, as you see. Harvey to the goal. What I like about that play, though, is Jeff Adrian, the outlet, all the way down the floor. Price off to a great start for the Huskies. 2 of the 9 in transition that the Huskies have thus far, shooting 53% for the floor here in the early going. Here's Mitchell for Seton Hall. On the drive, in and out. Kemba Walker crosses over down the lane, the kick out. Dyson and the feed to Edwards for the flush. Beautiful no-look pass. Connecticut penetrating beautifully in this first half, finding the open man. 6-point Husky lead. That's their largest thus far of the ball game here as we're just about 9 minutes into the game. Theodore on the drive, caught the crease. Jordan Theodore, freshman from Englewood, New Jersey. A lot of 3-guard lineups for Bobby Gonzalez. He really likes the freshman Theodore from Englewood, New Jersey. Wanted to stay in the state of New Jersey, obviously specifically Seton Hall. Great move to the goal. Here's Walker. Dyson. Feeds to beat behind the defense for the dunk. First basket for Hashim Thabit. Well, just too easy. The advantage there for UConn, but better pressure has to be put on the ball by Seton Hall. Connecticut just passing that ball wherever they want to go with it. Coming off the screen, Hazel on the drive. Short. There's Garcia. Goaltending is called on Thabit. That's the second putback for John Garcia in the ballgame again. Hugely important for the Pirates to hang in. Well, right now you've got like a boxing match right here. Both teams just trading punches. You've got to bear down on defense and get some stops. The offenses look really in gear early in this ballgame, going to the goal. Walker. All the points coming out of the paint. You see the zone right here. The hands are down. You've got to get those hands up, get them active. Dyson finds Austri on the wing, and he finishes. Greg Austri shoots almost 41% outside the stripe. Connecticut really tough if they're making the perimeter shots. You've got Austri, Dyson, Price shooting it well today. You've got to extend, and that really opens up things for Thabit and company in the paint. Largest lead of the ballgame thus far for the Huskies. Mitchell out to Theodore. Thabit high for the rebound. I'll say 7-3, and he got up on that one. Walker almost has it taken away, but he maintains control. Dyson. 7 points for Jerome Dyson. Bobby Gonzalez calls a 30-second timeout, sensing that UConn's building that momentum. I think he's going to have to get out of that zone. Connecticut just eating it up with penetration, dropping it inside. They're not stopping the UConn guards from getting into the paint area.
62% from the floor for UConn and no turnovers run.
No help out right there. Hazel's got to seal that penetration off by Dyson. Connecticut playing a near perfect floor game. Look for man-to-man out of this timeout.
ESPN National Golf Challenge. Golf fans and club pros, registration for this 2009 ESPN National Golf Challenge is already underway. For courses and teams in the gross, net, and the new 55 and older senior division. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com. John Rook with Ron Perry here in the XL Center in Hartford. Coming up on 9 minutes remaining in the opening half. And fourth-ranked Connecticut starting to flex a little muscle. A little surprised, Ron, that we haven't seen Seton Hall force a UConn turnover. That's what Seton Hall does best, is, as you said off the top, steal the ball.
Well, UConn's scoring, you know, and it's so good offensively so far in this ballgame. Seton Hall needs to score themselves, put some pressure on, not the offense. They got to play better defense.
Mitchell, jumper,
baby.
Two-pointer. That's with the shot clock running down to 1.
I'll tell you what, Mitchell's playing well early.
Dyson can't hit. Long rebound. Harvey trying to break the other way. A 4-on-3 gets cut off by Price. Gauze takes it inside amongst the trees and gets hit rejected.
Well, that's what happens. You can put a lot of pressure on if you're UConn. You know you've got Thabit in there behind you. Put the pressure on, and then he'll take care of business as he does right here. And quite often he's able to block a ball and keep it in play, but not that time.
Second block for Thabit. Here's Harvey.
Some good matchups here. I like this one. Harvey and Price, point guards.
Gauze, short. Seton Hall tapped that one out of bounds. Brandon Walters, 6'9", soft out of Brooklyn, into the ballgame for the Pirates, as here comes Stanley Robinson back in for UConn.
Well, as Stanley Robinson rounds into sort of game form, he's getting back as we speak. He had a 15 rebound game against West Virginia. Connecticut just gets better and better with him in, clicking on all cylinders.
A little reach-in foul as Dyson got tripped up. We'll call a foul on Seton Hall inside. Now we got a timeout with 7:55 to go in the half, and UConn holding on to a 7-point lead over the Seton Hall Pirates in this Big East Network game. Fourth-ranked Connecticut with a 7-point lead here in the first half over the Seton Hall Pirates. And let's take a look at today's Big East Coaches Spotlight, brought to you by Oppenheimer Funds. And we're going to take a closer look at Coach Jim Calhoun of the Connecticut Huskies. 789 career wins, 541 of those here at UConn. Hall of Famer indeed.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, 541. The balance at Northeastern, just a tremendous coaching career. Still going, a lot of W's. Check it out. Jim Boeheim right on his heels, and Mike Krzyzewski over 800 wins. Jim Calhoun another 11, and he's at that milestone.
Adrian inside, missed the shot. Ball goes out of bounds off of Hasheem Thabit, and Seton Hall will get the basketball.
That's great company, isn't it? Coach K with the winning tradition at Duke, and Jim Boeheim at Syracuse, and Jim Calhoun, when he came to Connecticut, had the vision of Connecticut being a national power year in, year out, and they certainly are at this point in time. Man-to-man by the Huskies. They've been in it from the beginning. We've got Thabit back there to block some shots, but this is a very crafty backcourt for Seton Hall. They can penetrate, and Mitchell has played well early from the forward slot.
Garcia, kick out to Gauze. Gauze got an open alley, high layup off the glass and in for 5'11" Paul Gauze against 7'3" Hasheem Thabit.
Gotta love Paul Gauze. He's a defensive guy, but boy, did he make it happen on that drive.
And Stanley Robinson could not get that high, hard one from Jerome Dyson.
What Gauze did on that penetration is he got that up and over Thabit as he rolled over. You've got to get it high over the 7'3" center for UConn.
It's the first turnover of the game for Connecticut. 13 minutes deep.
Well, that's just taking great care of the ball. I don't think Seton Hall has put tremendous pressure. They've had full court pressure a couple of times. They need to do more of it. They want to pull the upset off here today.
Gauze. Harvey. Steps back. In and out. can't quite get the three to go.
Harvey had a much better look when he first got it. Catch and shoot. You got to be ready. Connecticut closes the gap very quickly if you hesitate.
Price tipped away, but Thabit there to save it for him. Dyson with the floater. And Garcia, rebound. Long kick out. Hazel cannot catch up to it. That's the fourth turnover of the game for Seton Hall. And now the Pirates will bring back in Jordan Theodore.
Wasn't a bad idea by Garcia, but it's the home run ball. I think Bobby Gonzalez would rather just control the ball, bring it down, unless you're really sure you can convert. That would have taken a great outlet pass to make it happen.
Kemba Walker back in for UConn. Here's Price. Backdoor Robinson elevates and one.
Beautiful pass by A.J. Price to the weak side. The Seton Hall defense, though, really taking a nap on the weak side. You've got to be aware of who's behind you. Nobody home, and Stanley Robinson with the nice catch and finish.
Mitchell called for his second personal. Team foul 5 on the Pirates. Robinson at the line, 63%. Short. Hazel with a rebound. 7-point Connecticut lead.
The Seton Hall can kind of hang around, make some three-point shots. They're going to have to bear down a bit more defensively, though.
Hazel blocked by Robinson. He's got the chief assignment on Hazel and has so far done a pretty good job. Bank it in. I hope he called it before he shot it.
Not sure he did, but he'll take it. Price has got a good half going in that time. Kissed it home from out front.
11 first half points for A.J. Price. Hazel. And a long one chased down by Theodore.
Got to box out the guards as well. That's a long rebound. You get a lot of long ones on the three-point shots. Backcourt people got to box out and be ready for those.
Theodore. Trying to work around a Garcia screen. Spins. Back out to the big fella. 10 on the shot clock. Mitchell. High off the glass. Draws contact. On his way to the hoop. Foul on Connecticut. Stanley Robinson will pick up his second. Team's fourth.
That's where Mitchell's tough. He can shoot it from three-point land. He can also put it on the floor against the bigger power forwards and get it to the rack. Nice job that time by Seton Hall's forward. A key player in their offensive scheme.
First free throws of the ball game for the Pirates as Mitchell is short. 81% from the line. And Seton Hall is a team, as you see Craig Austrie come back in for UConn, Seton Hall is a team almost 75% for the line. Pretty good number this year. We have not a free throw made in this game. The Huskies are 0 for 3. And there's the first one. Seton Hall 1 for 2 as Mitchell has 8 first half points to lead the Pirates.
I'm surprised by that because both teams have gone inside, but there have been a lot of jump shots as well. When you have a lot of jumpers, you tend to really limit the free throws.
Adrian.
Wow, there's been at least 3 strong dunks by Connecticut, and Bobby Gonzalez saying, hey, we've got to play better interior defense than we are right now.
He calls another 30-second timeout here. Not wanting this one to get out of hand as Jeff Adrian has been alone down low for a couple of monster dunks, including this one. He's got 6 here in the half. It's almost like when he gets the ball in the post run, nobody wants to be around him.
Looked like Garcia was trying to front Adrian as he came across and then rotated down to another Husky. Had 2 people in a beautiful corner pass. You know, Adrian just works so hard, always on the move, always trying to find the seam, and the veteran looked pretty good on that one with the slam dunk, didn't he?
The points in the paint right now getting it done for Connecticut. 10-point advantage in the paint. They lead this game by 11. And shooting 65% here in the first half from 2-point range. Today's Big East game is being produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. John Rook with Ron Perry.
Tell you what,
XL Center.
Seton Hall's got to play some better defense. If they allow Connecticut to make 2 out of 3 shots in this ball game, it could be a long afternoon.
Garcia missed on that jump hook. Walker travels. A little bit of a jump step to the stopping point. Can't quite do that.
Only their second turnover, though, in the first half, so Connecticut has really played sort of a near flawless first half. I don't love this first half. I'll tell you what, the action has been fast and furious, and the offense has been really good. But for Seton Hall, they need to get it going again. Connecticut's D has really picked up as the half has worn on.
Harvey in the corner to Theodore for three. And Adrian gets the rebound. It has cooled off considerably for the Pirates. Price. The beat saves it back out. Walker, maybe another walk there. Price, got it. That's three.
Well, Price really struggled shooting the ball early in the year. He looks like he's rounding into form right now.
He's got 14 points on 6 of 10 from the floor. Good spin move by Theodore, but Thabit says, get out of here.
Oh, what a block. Can't finish it off, though. Huh? That would have brought the crowd to its feet.
Hazel. Knocked off by Walker, but he couldn't come back in bounds to complete the steal. We have a timeout with 3:09 remaining, but it is really hard to get anything going on offense when you get rejection like that inside for the Pirates. Assuming control of this one here with 3:09 to play in the first half. There's a big one, though, on tap tomorrow night in the women's game. Number 1, Connecticut. Number 2, North Carolina. Maya Moore, Rashana McCants, the feature performers. Moore had an unbelievable game in UConn's win over Syracuse yesterday. 40 big ones. And there have been 40, speaking of 40 previous number 1 versus number 2 matchups in the history of the Associated Press poll. The number 1 teams have won 22 of the last 40, but they've lost 4 of the last 5. Maybe good news for North Carolina going in tomorrow night.
I'll tell you what, how about Moore with the 40? She's a great player, great matchup. And how about Connecticut with number 1 and the number 4 men's team, and North Carolina pretty good too when you think of their men's and women's, huh?
Yeah, I think they're not bad. No look pass from Walker, saved by Adrian out to Austria. I think Jeff Adrian was quite ready for that no-look bullet from Kemba.
Gotta have your hands ready. Not only did Connecticut beat pressure that time, they are attacking pressure. They're trying to score against it, which is the right way to go at it.
Walker on the drive, muscles his way in for his first basket. Freshman out of the Bronx.
Oh,
and that's a steal. And a foul in the backcourt on Eugene Harvey as Connecticut is now in the midst of a 7-0 run.
Now, Seton Hall just hasn't been able to stop Connecticut in this first half. Down by 16. Connecticut shot it. They've penetrated. They've done whatever they've wanted offensively. And right now, Connecticut with the chance to really open this thing up before halftime.
Walker looks back over his shoulder, gets the play call from Coach Calhoun.
It's a good-looking young point guard, isn't he? He's quick, he's good with the ball, good decisions.
He'll be very good before he's done. He's already pretty good.
Well, he's given them such a lift off the bench, yet another kind of quick look to make things happen.
Adrian, a miss on the jumper. Mitchell with a rebound. Mitchell. Gauze dishes out. Theodore, jumper. Gotta hit those. Mitchell rebound and the follow. Nope. And the lid has shut tight for the home.
That's all for beat right there. Good penetration, but he's standing there. No block that time, but he says, you can't come in here.
And Adrian, I think, got caught a little flat-footed down on the post.
Got to have your hands ready. We've seen that a few times where UConn's backcourt has had no look and quick bullet passes, and they haven't been able to catch them inside. Jim Calhoun saying, hey, have those hands ready. The Halls missed their last 8 shots. They need penetration. They've got to get to the line a few times and force Connecticut into some reach-ins. Even if you get your shot blocked, you got to get it in there.
This is Garcia to Theodore. Mitchell. Screen for me, big fella. In the corner, Gauze off the back iron.
Yeah, it's all perimeter shots right now, and they are one and you're done for the Hall at the moment.
Mitchell gets the rebound.
He's played well. I tell you, he rebounds, he can handle it.
Not getting any help. But Mitchell takes it coast to coast.
Big time play by Mitchell. He's really been the offensive show for the Hall and keeping them, somewhat around in this ball game. Coast to coast.
Walker finds Austrie. Decides to shoot it. Edwards, offensive rebound.
But Connecticut off the offensive glass, they really wear you down.
Walker on the reverse, gets it to go in. 4 for the freshman.
He's exciting. He can make it happen going to the goal.
Pirates will play for the last one, it would appear. Need something positive here to go into the locker room. That's not it. Plenty of time for UConn to shoot again.
Really done a nice job on Hazel. Just 5 first-half points for the Hall.
Bobby Gonzalez standing over at his bench with his arms out the side saying, what was that? And at the buzzer, Seton Hall comes up with one of their few defensive stops of the half.
Well, they needed to do something positive there. And for Connecticut, very, very good first half. Just couldn't get that final one off in time.
UConn with a 16-point lead at the break over Seton Hall by a 42-26 count. We'll recap a big week in the Big East coming up next from Hartford. 42-26, Connecticut leading the Seton Hall Pirates as we get ready to start the second half. Yep, we see you. The Huskies are in the house here at the XL Center. And our star watch to start the game, Mitchell and Adrian. To update it, Mitchell's having a pretty good game. Adrian, 7 rebounds on the backboards, but he's getting so much more offensive help right now, Ron.
Yeah, I think Adrian was solid as usual. Mitchell, I thought, was the best player on the floor for the Hall in the first half. But there's no doubt Adrian and company will be pounding the board. Seton Hall just got to play better defense in the second half and get some stops if they want to get back in this ball game.
Connecticut with a 22-20 advantage on the backboards in that first half overall. So Seton Hall holding their own. But the problem is, Pirates just couldn't find the bottom of the basket. Shot just 31% from the floor in that first half, while UConn shot 54% and got 26 of their 42 points in the paint.
Well, when you think about that, 30% shooting and Connecticut's in the mid-50s, the Hall lucky to be sort of around in this game. If they can get it to single digits over the first several minutes, they could make a run in this ball game.
Here's Mitchell on the drive, too much on it. But Garcia there to put it back. He did that twice in the first half. They need more from him.
Nice job by Garcia. He's got that injured left knee. You haven't seen much offensive rebounding by the Pirates. Pirates open in a 3-2 zone, and they will need to get some stops here to start the second half.
It is a bit of a change from the first half when it was more of a traditional 2-3, but they're putting Mitchell out at the point of that zone.
He's long, he's got the arms. Let's see if they can get hands up to shooters.
Price wanted to pass the ball, but there was nobody there. Instead, Coach Calhoun says, I got it. I don't think he wanted it.
I don't think he wanted it. I think he said, hey, I don't want to be in this play, but yeah, he was brought into it. One of the rare mistakes by Price in a game where he really played, I thought, just outstanding basketball in the first half.
He was open, though, Ron.
He was open.
Harvey on the drive for Seton Hall. They get the first basket of the second half.
These are the kind of moments where Jim Calhoun will go to a quick timeout. He's going to let his players play through with it.
Dyson.
They look flat, though, to start the second half.
That comes out of bounds off the gray, and it'll be blue ball. 42-30 UConn with a 12-point lead.
Got to maintain intensity. I mean, too many good players and teams in this league. You don't want to let Seton Hall back in if you're Connecticut. And for Seton Hall, they've come out with some fire out of the locker room.
Kicked out of bounds by Price. 27 on the shot clock remain as Greg Austrie comes in for Stanley Robinson. UConn will go with the guards out there. Catch and shoot. Mitchell gets a deuce.
I'll tell you what, Mitchell, he comes to play. He's playing with a lot of emotion.
Seton Hall crashes the boards. 6 unanswered here to start the second half. Harvey! And a travel underneath. Garcia came down with the ball, moved his feet before he went up again.
All blue jerseys, though, around it. Robert Mitchell, bang, look at him from the baseline, knocking it down, playing with emotion. He's on the top of the zone and he's fired up.
So close to a three-pointer, though. Maybe that's an instance where he should look at his feet. About 3 inches back, he'd have had a tray.
I'll tell you, Bobby Gonzalez saying, just give me a bucket right now, I'll take it.
Austria. The beat as it poked away, and a foul called on Mike Davis, who's entered the paint and into the ball game. So Seton Hall having to go big here. First time today that they put Garcia and Davis in the lineup at the same time.
Got to have some rebounding horsepower out there, especially where you've got Mitchell on the top of the zone.
Dyson. Price is open, and he scores.
He's been the man, hasn't he, this afternoon, knocking shots down. Very good floor game. A.J. Price feeling it today.
His third tray of the ball game. He has 17 points to lead all scorers on 7 of 12 shooting. And the beat comes out and rejects Harvey. And Harvey picks it back up. This is Garcia. Sets the screen. Gauze tries to dish back inside to Davis. Not so sure that Davis was ready for that or even equipped for that.
Yeah, that was not even, I'm sure, a question that time of being ready. I think he was surprised, but the ball was a bullet pass down around his kneecaps. It's a tough one for the big man.
Pirates get a break, though, and get the ball. 9 on the shot clock to shoot. Hazel, the floater, and the score. Just the 7th point of the ball game for Jeremy Hazel, number 2 scorer in the Big East at 22 per game coming in.
He can create. He's 6'5". I think he banged his left elbow on that one. He's kind of wincing in pain, but enjoyed the runner going down.
Dyson, Adrian gets hammered by Davis. Mike Davis has picked up a couple of quick fouls here for the Pirates in the first 3 minutes.
That's one where you say, hey, we're just not going to give you the easy one. And I think Davis feels he may have some fouls to give. You've got Brandon Walters, 6'9", 225, sophomore forward on the bench. Bobby Gonzalez can go to him. And this is an area where Jeff Adrian's really worked at his free throw shooting in the perimeter shot in general.
His first free throw of the day, he's 1 out of 3 from the line. He has 7 points, 7 rebounds, and a couple of blocks thus far today.
The thing I like about Adrian is he's just so relentless. He'll play from start to finish. He's really been UConn's most consistent player this year, and you know he's going to give it all to you every single time out.
He's their leading scorer and their leading rebounder, better than 9 per game. And a foul is called on Davis again. And that is 4 fouls, I believe, on Mike Davis.
Number 13, Mike Davis, with personal foul.
He's picked up 2 fouls with no time elapsing off the clock.
I did not see foul number 4, but the call was pushing off
as the ball was being inbounded. Here's Dyson dumping off to Adrian. Adrian almost finishes, but Harvey comes across, rakes him across the hands, and Eugene Harvey will pick up the foul.
A tough exchange right there. Connecticut getting possession back. Almost able to convert a 3-point play. And after a really strong start for Seton Hall, these fouls really hurting them that Davis has been adding up down inside.
That's 3 personal fouls on Eugene Harvey and already 14 fouls on the Pirates in the opening 3 minutes of the second half.
Started off very well. The aggressiveness, though, you don't want to channel that into fouls. You want to push the ball down the floor.
Adrian gets 2 more at the line, in and out on the first one. 17 points, 11 rebounds for Adrian in their win over St. John's on Thursday by 12. And into the ball game comes Brandon Walters replacing Mike Davis for Seton Hall.
He's going to have to sit a while now with 4 personals. Could see him a little later in the game.
And 2 misses. Mitchell high for the rebound. Pirates down by 13.
Really want to make Seton Hall pay the price there, but Adrian unable to capitalize.
Hazel on the drive and got the kiss off the front of the rim.
Boy, is he acrobatic and athletic, and Hazel had a very quiet first half, but he can break you down off the dribble and finish in a lot of traffic.
Showing a little maturity on his play because he's been used to just sitting outside and trying to pop those threes, but teams are out there guarding that perimeter on Hazel, so he's taking the opportunity to try to work on that penetration game.
Tell you what, he can do it too. He's 6'5", he's long.
Dyson swatted out of bounds by Walters. 10 to shoot for the Huskies.
UConn number 33, Gavin Edwards, number 15, Kemba Walker.
Walter's coming off a strong game with 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting against Notre Dame. Connecticut, I just didn't think they came out with the same level of intensity to start this second half that they finished the first half with.
Edwards on the drive, short to beat on the putback, puts it home. Hasheem Thabeet, that's just his second basket of the ball game.
Got to box out the big fella. No one put a body on him.
Huskies just 2 out of 7 as a team from the floor to start the second half, but they still hold on to a 13-point lead. Lead was 16 at halftime. Mitchell in and out of his hands. Was caught looking up or looking another direction and wasn't quite ready to look that one in to his hands. 8th turnover of the ball game for the Pirates. They trail by 13. 49-36 our score with 15:44 to play in Hartford. Huskies leading the Pirates 49-36. A little better than 4 minutes deep into the second half. And all season long, Champion Apparel will be showcasing the tradition and history of the Big East Conference. Let's take a look today at the Connecticut players who have gone on to play in the NBA. Certainly some big names of note.
Tell you what, Ray Allen with the Celtics, Richard Hamilton Pistons, Donyell Marshall, Emeka Okafor. I'll tell you what, some dynamite players. He's with the Bobcats. Okafor is still the #1 all-time shot blocker here at Connecticut, but he's got the big fella here. Thabeet sort of knocking on the doorstep. He'll have to have a lot of rejections to catch him, though.
Champion, it's how you play. And Hasheem Thabeet playing tough inside, gets a foul from behind, called on Seton Hall. It'll be on 31, John Garcia, his first, and that is already 5 on the Hall here, 4.5 minutes into the second half. UConn with 13 pros in the NBA, second amongst all collegiate teams behind Duke with 14 current pros.
That's very impressive. It's been a great feeding ground for the NBA, and Jim Calhoun players just go through this system, they get better, and they're prepared to play, and they're doing very well at the next level, no doubt about it.
Thabeet, second shot is good. Shooting 64% with the line.
He's really improved that touch, John, from the stripe from freshman year to where he is right now. The big fella can stroke it.
Seton Hall shot 5 of 7 to start the second half, but they've only been able to cut the halftime deficit down by 1. Mitchell on the turnaround. Doesn't get the roll, and Thabeet gets his 10th rebound.
Control the defensive boards, get it out and run. The numbers aren't there, just set it up and run your offense. The Hall staying in the matchup, 3-2 zone. Connecticut's been man-to-man throughout.
A.J. Price off the screen. Hazel gives chase. Good hands there by Hazel, saved by Walker. Shot clock inside 10.
Man-to-man now by the Pirates. They need to stop right here.
Walker lost it out of bounds. Good defensive set there by the Pirates.
That might have been the best half-court set all afternoon for Bobby Gonzalez's club. They bore down, they dug in. Jimmy Calhoun saying, hey, we got to get a shot off. We lose track of the time on that one. That was good D by Gonzalez's club. They need more of that if they want to make a run in the second half.
It's just the 5th turnover of the ball game for Connecticut.
They really played well offensively in this game here today, and defensively, they've done a good job too.
Offense is called on Hazel. Dyson, just a split second of time to get the feet set.
That's foul on 21, Jeremy Hazel.
First foul on Hazel.
Well, Connecticut's always one of your top, field goal percentage teams in the nation. And again, this year they're holding the opposition to 38% shooting. They're doing it again today.
That's a 16th foul on Seton Hall. UConn does not have a foul yet here in the second half.
Yeah, that's because the Hall's really not penetrating as they did early in the game or going inside to force UConn to foul them.
Price up top, Adrian in the corner. Austrie for 3. His second tray of the ball game. Averaging about 8.5 points per game and a 7-0 Husky run to open this back up, largest lead at 18.
Austrie, a real veteran guy you can bring in. He's a senior. He's played in 111 games, 48-10 as a start. A lot of winning, very poised, brings that veteran leadership to the club.
Mitchell, spin, rejected, but goaltending is called on Thabeet. And Mitchell gets the deuce.
No doubt about it, but boy, that was emphatic, wasn't it, by the big man?
You could hear that one all the way, I think, probably in New London from here. Bang!
Was he up for that one? just kind of says, hey, get that stuff out of here. I'm controlling this area. This is my home. But Robert Mitchell's really played well today. That was a fine spin move by the 6'6" forward for the Pirates.
Mitchell has 14 still, though. He needs help offensively for Seton Hall. Here's Price on the handle. Seton Hall's going back man-to-man again on this possession defensively. On the drive, Thabit, foul on the follow.
He's just no match for Thabit. He's 7'3", he's agile. What I liked about that one is he got the rebound, kept the ball up. You could call a foul almost every time he gets it in there. The guys are trying to reach and hold. And at 7'3", I don't know if he always gets the benefit of the doubt because he's so much bigger in some instances than everyone else.
Foul was called on Sticks Mitchell. That's his third personal and already the 7th team foul. So Connecticut in the bonus the rest of the way with 13-12 to play. As Thabit misses the first free throw. Preseason first team All Big East, has 4 blocks in the ball game and rattles the second free throw in and out.
That turned out to be a pretty good foul, but Mitchell has got 3. He's got to be careful. They need him on the floor. Connecticut tight man-to-man, and Dyson now matched up with Mitchell.
Hazel tried to keep it alive, but Thabit's presence is just too overwhelming.
No block, but he really changed that shot.
Absolutely did. Dyson, slide and a block. Mitchell comes up with the ball. Pirates try to push it. Harvey to the glass. Eugene Harvey has 7. Quickly, though, UConn tries to answer. Price forces the issue and caught Walters a little flat-footed defensively. Brandon Walters is first. Price will go to the line to shoot.
Got to get back on defense, made field goal. Connecticut treats those situations, always have under Jim Calhoun, as a fast break opportunity. Get it in quickly, push it up the floor. Really no excuse with your defensive sort of transition game to not get back on that play.
Price now with 18 points for the ball game. Also has 3 assists. Out of the 16 assists on made baskets that Connecticut has, just 3 assists for the Pirates. Price hits both of the free throws. Talk about a complete comeback from the torn ACL in the NCAA tournament last year. Price is really looking more and more like his old self.
It's taken a little while, though, John. You know, he looks like he just is more and more comfortable. Same thing that Stanley Robinson's going through. It takes you, I think, a dozen games to get that rhythm again, but he's found it here today, hasn't he? He's also had some very good games, too. He's had a 20-plus point game against Gonzaga. He's had some good ones this year.
It was a double-double against Gonzaga, in fact. There's a drive inside by Hazel. He'll be fouled by Thabit for UConn. Hashim's first foul, and that's the first foul on the Huskies in the second half with 12:07 to go.
That's what I'm talking about, though, John. You know, creating some action to the goal, driving in there, passing the basketball. The 3 assists tells me a lot of one-on-one action by the Pirates. Keep your head up, look to move the ball, and take it hard to the goal.
Just the second trip to the line for the Pirates in the entire ball game. Hazel's first of the day. He shoots 76% on average from the line as he missed the first one. Craig Austrie back into the game for the Huskies for Stanley Robinson. Hazel, Big East All-Rookie last year, second in the league in scoring, as you mentioned, coming in better than 22 per game. But Robinson and others have certainly taken their turns on Hazel today and holding him down. He has 10 for the game.
He just had a dozen against Notre Dame. He came off the bench, but before that had 26 against Nova, 29 against West Virginia, 23 against Syracuse, and 35 against Fairleigh Dickinson. He can fill it up, but right now he's been a little bit out of his rhythm last couple.
Gauze into the ballgame for Hazel. Walker weaving in traffic, getting by the pressure. Looks over at his bench, gets the play call. Here comes Seton Hall's defense, moving to that 3-2 zone.
Now, I think now you've got to play more zone than Bobby Gonzalez might want to with all the fouls that have been mounting. But you just can't allow that entry pass.
The beats. 6.5, 8 for the game.
That's a combination of lack of good pressure on the ball with your hands up, too good of a passing lane inside, and you've got to recognize inside where the big people are.
Walters. Here's Harvey. Walker doing a good job of keeping in front of him. Davis sets the screen. Gauze looks for the entry pass, finds Davis, backs his way in. Nice move, rebound Harvey on the follow, short. And Adrian clears it.
Got to capitalize on those. Good strong move that time, I thought. Inside by Walters. You've got to go at the big people.
And two of the big people get tangled right there between Davis and Thabeet, and Davis will pick up a foul here, and I think he's going to foul out of this game. 10:53 to go, and Mike Davis has fouled out with his 5th personal for Seton Hall. What's left of the Pirates? We'll find out next. Inside for Connecticut, and the Husky fans loving it today, 58-41. They maintain a lead over Seton Hall. Hey, let's tout some golf here. Golf fans and club pros, registration for the 2009 ESPN National Golf Challenge is already underway for courses and teams in the gross, net, and the new 55 and older senior division. That'll be good for you, Ron. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com. No, you're not there yet. Just teasing.
You got my game figured out, though.
Got to be in the senior division soon, right?
There you go. To be competitive.
Thabeet misses a 3-point opportunity. And a 17-point lead for the Huskies.
They've really looked more for Thabeet in the second half, gotten him involved in the offense, which I think as the year goes along is very important to establish Thabeet down low.
Gauze, kick through to Mitchell. Short. Right to Hasheem Thabeet.
Really think from the beginning of the game that UConn adjusted nicely to get to the 3-guard alignment, get to the perimeter. Mitchell can pull you out there as well. So I thought the Pirates opened up well from 3-point land, but they've had a hand in their face most of the afternoon.
Osprey shows it, dishes it. Thabeet finishes it.
I'd say that one was emphatic by the big man.
10 points, 13 rebounds. That is his 8th double-double this season, the 17th of his Connecticut career.
Well, he's so good defensively. He just anchors things game in, game out. He'll be very consistent there. His offensive game, though, has really improved, and I think, again, they've got to look to give him touches, keep him involved.
Walker got caught a little flat-footed there with a block on Eugene Harvey.
Check him out. Thabeet doesn't get it to go. A lot of guys kind of watching him in there. Check it out. Watching, catches it. Oh, forget about it. The flush.
Gauze catch and shoot for 3. Can't finish it. Adrian gets the rebound.
You had that kind of standing, leaping ability, right, John, where you could just be underneath.
Absolutely. Yeah, against a bunch of 4th graders.
I needed a trampoline, but I'll tell you what, the big man, he's got a lot of the NBA executives keeping a close eye on him. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Brandon Walters picks up a foul.
10th team foul.
And that's already the double bonus. 10 team fouls on Seton Hall. So Thabeet and the Huskies shooting 2 the rest of the way with 9:25 still to play. Thabeet just 2 of 5, now make it 2 of 6 from the free throw line. And while UConn is shooting pretty well from 3-point range, 43%, they're only 40% from the free throw line today. And they got a 19-point lead.
Right, I mean, they've done everything very well. So we found the one Achilles today. They're just under 70% of the season. And sometimes it's a matter of just concentration from the line to get it done.
20-point lead is the largest of the ball game thus far. Hazel. And Thabeet is there to clear it.
One and you're done for the Hall.
That's what it's been. Since that opening 3-minute burst of the second half, it's been 1 and out.
They opened very well in this game, and I think Seton Hall thought, hey, we can just kind of go blow for blow with UConn, but the defense for UConn and the rebounding, nice strip right there.
Rare steal. Harvey gets it stolen back. Numbers. And Jeff Adrian Deadly finishing the fast break.
Wow. Nice little drop back pass. That Kemba Walker did a nice job there. Seton Hall doesn't have that low post go-to guy. They're a perimeter-oriented team. They've got to make jump shots. And as a team, they've got to try, though, I think, to get some more action going to the goal, force Connecticut to make some fouls. There's the jumper again. It didn't go that time.
Mitchell gets his second tray of the ball game. 17 to lead Seton Hall. Off turnovers, as you saw the number a moment ago, just killer today for the Pirates. There's a block shot. Gauze up tempos into the forecourt. Mizell sets and hits. Can't let him set. That's
Seton Hall basketball right there. A little bit more up tempo. They need to do that, and they need the defensive stop as Mitchell gave them last time.
Beats, spins. Got that footwork getting better and better almost every game.
No answer for that one.
Mizell from the corner, another three. He's knocked down 2 in a row.
Well, now you get a good look at Mizell. Comes in averaging 22 plus a game. He can get real hot from the perimeter. He can knock it down.
He's got 11 in the second half, 16 for the ball game.
And the better shot he takes, the better he is. I think when he's got to take a look at the tape and say, hey, when I get those catch and shoot opportunities, his teammates look for him. He's very accurate.
Adrian keeps it alive. Walker. Dipsy-do in the lane. And a foul is called. Mitchell will pick up his 4th personal for Seton Hall with 6:49 to go. And a timeout on the floor with 6:49 remaining. Jeremy Mizell trying to keep Seton Hall in this ball game in Hartford, but UConn controlling for now. Jim Calhoun with a brief respite on the sideline. His Huskies leading by 15. And this is where UConn figures into the overall mix in the current Big East standings. Only 2 undefeateds left, Ron.
I'll tell you what, this league is tough, as we've said, top to bottom. You've got the 8 ranked teams. No one will finish this season undefeated, though, as you look at the balance of the standing with West Virginia and Cincinnati. And
how about Villanova, one of those ranked teams at 1 and 2?
I like Jay Wright's team, and Connecticut meets them next. They play them here at the Civic Center. Let's face it, you've got to take it in this league one at a time. Every game you can win, and every game you play, you can also lose the game.
Jeff Adrian for 2 at the line, and the first one rolls out of the basket. He is 2 of 7 from the line, but does have 10 points, 10 rebounds. It is his 7th double-double and the 40th of his career. It's 1 of 2. We're at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Seton Hall and the 4th-ranked Huskies. John Rook along with Ron Perry and our Big East Network crew here this afternoon, fighting through the snowstorm to get to Hartford to bring this game to you here this afternoon on the Big East Network.
A little more winter New England weather.
Fadeaway jumper Mitchell, who's in there now with 19 points and 9 rebounds, but playing with 4 fouls.
I'll tell you what, Mitchell's played very well today. 6'6", the forward. Tough matchup for the opposition. He can shoot the jumper. He can also beat you off the dribble to the floor. He's really played well today.
Kemba Walker pulls it out. Seton Hall has got to go man-to-man here, and probably not enough time left for them to sit in the zone, even though that 3-2 zone was actually fairly effective.
Yeah, that's right. I think they've got to try to put some pressure, got to box out.
Great pass to Walker.
I tell you what, Kemba Walker, very, very active on the floor, exciting point guard, does a great job off the bench for Jim Calhoun's team. Really, I think he really brings some real athleticism and quickness on the floor when he gets out there.
And we talked about the offensive prowess and the depth that Seton Hall had in the backcourt, but UConn's got it as well. In the corner for 3 is Paul Gauze.
One thing you know with Bobby Gonzalez's clubs, they will scratch and claw. They've got it to 13 right now. They're going to play.
They haven't gone away, have they?
Not at all. They're going to play all the way to that final buzzer.
They did 4 out of 6 from deep here in the second half. We're down 16 at halftime.
They're streaky with the 3. They can climb back in the way they shoot those things.
Garcia bounces it off the backboard and reins it in. And here come the Pirates. 5 minutes to go. Harvey is fouled on his way to the basket. Kemba Walker will be whistled for the foul. That's 2 on Walker, but just the 3rd foul on the Huskies, team-wise, here in the half.
Seton Hall starting to penetrate a little bit, as we talked before, and that'll force Connecticut to reach a bit, because Seton Hall will need some free throws if they want to make that big run.
Hazel off the inbound, missed it. Might have rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was a catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot there for Hasheem Thabeet. Came down with the ball, knocked out of bounds, though, by Garcia. And the Huskies will keep it. 30 to shoot. 4:47 to play. Jerome Dyson into the post. Adrian got away with a walk. No, he didn't. Curtis Shaw says, can't let you do that. Not a lot of turnovers, though, today for Connecticut. 6 on the afternoon. Mitchell rushes up the floor and just misses. It seems like when Seton Hall can get in a rhythm, they can be deadly in offense, but when they rush, they don't hit much at all. And UConn calls a timeout. We'll take it as well with 4:27 to play. Huskies by 13. The Huskies got them dancing here in Hartford. 13-point lead for Connecticut over Seton Hall with 4:27 to go. How about some of the news and notes from around the league, Ron Perry?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Pittsburgh game was a big one. They finally lose a game, and Louisville gets it done. We've got Marquette and Louisville that are still not lost, and Marquette with that come from behind her. You were there for the Providence game.
That was a hugely physical game last night in Providence.
Jim Calhoun, I'll tell you what, just amazing. Jim Boeheim right behind him, moving up all the charts among active coaches. He's coached the most games, and he's closing in on 800 W's. Only active coach above 800 right now is Coach K at Duke. Great job.
Here's Price. Around the screen, pulls up, and hits it. Big basket. He's got 7.5, 21 to the ball game.
Good floor game, good decision-making. Price looks to me like he's all the way back, John.
Don't see anything wrong about him right now.
Now he looks comfortable, the confidence, moving well. I think the defense, too. Connecticut, we haven't talked too much about it, but they've done a good job to get to the perimeter. They've got Thabeet in the paint to block shots.
Hazel off the glass and in. That's great. Body control.
Jeremy Hazel.
He's got great athleticism. He just needs to channel it. He's a sophomore. He's got all the athletic tools, take good shots, and he can create, as he did right there.
13 second-half points. An alley-oop inside. Price to the beat.
Another nice penetration by Connecticut. Tell you see more and more of those. They make it look easy, but a great timing play between the passer and the receiver on that one.
13 second-half points for Hasheem Thabeet. And we have an official timeout. 3:10 to play. Teamwork inside. Little to big, and Seton Hall down 15. Inside the XL Center, Connecticut's national championship banners hanging. And here's a team that could be thinking national honors themselves. That's the Modern Day High School boys basketball team, ranked #1 in the ESPN Rise Fab 50 poll from Santa Ana, California. They're in town to play the Old Spice Classic High School Showcase. It's the Spalding Hoop Hall Classic beginning tomorrow at the Blake Arena in Springfield. They go up against Whitney Young of Chicago.
Another rejection by Thabeet. They say that Modern Day has the top starting 5 in the nation. David Weir and his brother Travis, both heading to North Carolina. Couple of studs.
That's a pretty good team right there.
Check it out, though. UCLA, USC, and they've also got Andy Brown heading to Stanford. How about that for your starting 5? Modern Day, perennially one of your top teams, if not the top, in the nation.
Hazel misses on the first, Thabeet with a foul. Of course, that high school tournament will begin at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday on ESPNU. Great high school basketball showcase, some of the best teams in the country.
Oak Hill Academy, St. Benedict's from Newark, New Jersey. LaFleur High School from Alabama. They're all there, and it's going to be a great showcase of major high school talent.
UConn holding on to a 15-point lead. A couple of big misses there by Jeremy Hazell at the free throw line for the Pirates.
They've kind of hung around. They had a good start to the second half. They've kind of hung right in the second half, even up, but Connecticut just built that big 16-point advantage at the midway point.
He gets the feed with 3 on the shot clock. Jump hook, no, Adrian, and the putback.
Well, we thought the inside would wear Seton Hall down, and it certainly has.
Reverse, no, but Gauze is there for the follow.
Seton Hall has certainly battled the smaller front line. They've been scrappy, but Adrian and Thabit have really ended up having very, very solid double-doubles inside. And A.J. Price has been the dynamite from the backcourt.
It would appear Pirates are on their way to losing a 5th straight game in 7 of their last 8.
3 out of their first 5 Big East games, though, on the road against the likes of Syracuse, Notre Dame, UConn, playing ranked opponents, so this is a tough stretch.
Dyson on the miss, Garcia. Out to Gauze. Great dribble penetration. Mitchell from the corner. And Price pulls it away.
That's a nice job by Price. Even though you're up by a lot, you want to execute. You're up 15, spread it out. You're going to find yourself maybe the next one when they play Villanova in a 1-point game. You want to execute in all phases. In the late game, spread offense is certainly one of the keys.
A.J. Price just taking his time out on the perimeter as Seton Hall not pressing the issue. Inside 10 to shoot on the possession. Great crossover and a scoop to the hoop. A.J. Price. 23 for Price to lead all scorers. Connecticut will improve to 16-1, 5-1 in the Big East. Hazell. Reach-in foul on the drive called on Jerome Dyson. His first foul of the day. 35 seconds to go.
15 foul.
Just the 15th foul on the Huskies here in the half. Seton Hall just 2 for 6 from the free throw line. Hazell with a couple of those misses, 3 of those misses in fact.
Well, you knew that Seton Hall would have to shoot it well today. They've got the smaller front line. They've had stretches where they've done that.
Substitution.
The perimeter game was pretty good with Hazell. Harvey somewhat quiet today. Robert Mitchell really led the way, though, with Hazell in this ballgame.
Seton Hall will get Providence at home on Thursday of this week. UConn will next play on Wednesday here at the XL Center against Villanova.
Good for Connecticut, 24. Greg
Hazell spoke of the free throws, 20 points for Jeremy Hazell, 15 here in the second half. As UConn starts to clear the bench here, the final 35 seconds.
Hazell really came on strong second half. He had just 5 at the half. He's got a lot of ability. This is a Seton Hall team that continues to scrap. They'll get through this. Everyone in the league is going to go through these tough stretches, but I think losing an overtime game early to Villanova is certainly tough for Seton Hall.
Today's Big East game being produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. Dyson's going to let this clock roll out as Seton Hall will not come out and challenge him.
I'm not sure about the shaking hands with 17 seconds left, but I guess that will just about end it, and Connecticut has certainly gotten the job done.
76-61. The final score is the Huskies winning by 15 over the Pirates. Again, improved to 16-1 in the season. 4th ranked nationally, they're 5-1 in the conference. And Seton Hall loses for the 5th straight time. And 7th out of the last 8 games they played overall. They are now 9-8 on the season. They drop to a disappointing 0-5 on the Big East schedule. 76-61, the final in Hartford.